What's going on, everyone? And many of you have been asking us to make some YouTube videos for Undecember, so we're going to bring you a series of quick overview videos around different system and elements of the game. If you end up having more in-depth or elaborate questions about whatever we cover in the video, definitely swing by over on our Twitch channel and we can give you a more in-depth response to something, or even provide a live example for you. But that'll be a lot easier to do than trying to explain something through a YouTube comment that I can't give like a real visual example to as well. Now, that being said, jumping into it, some of the stuff we're going to talk about is going to be very simple and basic. For many of you, you may already know this. This is not for you. People who know what they're doing, you don't need a YouTube video, right? So if you are confused about how the link runes work or what link runes are compatible with your skills, the first thing, I know it's basic, but there are a lot of people who I've had come into my channel. They've asked the question, and I asked this question. I said, did you read the skill? Did you read the tags? And a lot of the times people don't, right? They just see, oh, it's a red skill, it's a red link, a red socket gem can be associated to it, right? That is not necessarily the case, right? As you can see right there, area of effect does not link with Whirlwind. Now, why is that? If you read Whirlwind, it says its tags are attack, melee, weapon range, channel, strike, physical. Area of effect reads that it can be linked with area of effect skills. Whirlwind does not meet that area of effect prerequisite. While it is an AoE oriented skill, it does not have an area of effect tag, so it does not scale with area of effect. It scales with weapon range as it has listed there. All right. Now, quick ways to tell if you don't read the tooltips on what the skill gems provide is if you click on a skill when you have it socketed into your skill honeycomb area here, the link runes that are able to be linked to that skill will gain a purple border around them, highlighted around them, and that will indicate to you that those link runes are compatible to be linked with that ability, right? Inversely, if you click on a link rune in your inventory, it will highlight one of the spots next to the skill gem, letting you know that that skill gem is compatible to be socketed there. All right. Now, when you have two skill gems side by side like this, you may have situations where you click on a link rune and it glows up. That's because it works for one of the skill gems and not the other. So if you're uncertain about that or it's not clear, again, click on the individual skills and you will see which link runes are compatible. And you have link runes that can be compatible for both, and you can socket it there, and that link rune will benefit both of those skills. You can link multiple skills to one link rune. All right. So again, it's important for you to click the skills, see which link runes are compatible. And in that situation, you can even make multiple link runes work. But in some situations, you may just need the one link rune for, Illusion Axe. You want area of effect. Boom, it's right there. This would be a better situation if this skill had a dead slot here, didn't have an open slot. That way you're not wasting it. Primarily, if you're going to end up pairing two skills one slot over from each other, you want it to be a link rune that both can benefit from. That way you're not wasting any of the link sides on the skills. All right, now getting into the spell activation elements with linking multiple abilities together. All right. We're first going to talk about spell activation while channeling. That is the only one that has a very unique functionality to it. So it has a diagonal arrow going to the bottom left. All right. So you have to link it with a blue slot on the skill going in this direction, and the skill that you link it to must be on the other end of it from the direction in which the arrow is going into another blue link. All right. Now that is done, all right, the two abilities are linked together, and when you channel your Whirlwind, it will cast Chain Lightning. All right. So you go here, Whirlwind, and you might be going, okay, wait, why am I not? Where's my Chain Lightning? Remember that thing that we talked about earlier with reading? This is one of the biggest things that a lot of people don't do. All right. Right here, it tells you the target skill. The target skill is the skill that you are linking it to, must be registered in a skill slot to activate. So we're going to go back over here to our skill slot. Here's our whirlwind. Where's our chain lightning? There it is. All right. It does not have to be on your primary bar. You can slot chain lightning on your secondary bar, and you are not able to use it manually because it is linked. So even though it's here, we can't use it. But now that we start whirlwinding, there's the chain lightning. But here's the great thing about channeling, spell activation while channeling. You don't actually have to hit your targets in order for the connected spell to trigger and go off. That is one of the main differences to spell activation while channeling compared to the spell activation on spell hit and spell activation on attack hit. All right. And that is what makes Whirlwind a very commonly used skill, even for spellcasters, because it creates the freedom for casters to be able to move while using their spells. That's why you see Whirlwind, Toxic Flame, Toxic Flame. Don't talk about that skill. All right. But so yeah, so that's the very unique situation in which it works there. The other abilities, all right, like say my fissure. Fissure is my primary skill that I use personally at the moment. If I link it here and I link it to the chains, all right, it is not going to. One thing I don't like is having to re-put the skills on. If you see here, we use it. There's no chains. All right. Even though with the channeling one, you're able to use it and get the activation, you don't get it for this one. But as soon as I hit my target, the chains are now flying out. Because, you know, like it says, it's spell activation on attack hit. Right. And spell activation on spell hit is going to function the same way. You must hit a target in order for the linked spell effect to activate. So that is one of the incredible benefits to Whirlwind and how it functions. That is the very short skinny of how link runes work as well. Link runes are always going to be spells. They are always going to be a spell skill. They must have the spell tag in order for them to work, and you cannot link minions to them. All right, minions cannot be linked to the spell activation attacks, and it tells you right there, target skill cannot be linked to any of the attack, channeling, totem, sentry, minion, movement, or toggle skills. All right, so any skills that have those tags, you can't use them with the link runes. All right, reading, it is going to be your best tool with understanding a lot of the things in the game, and if you don't, well, hopefully we're able to answer questions for you, be it in the videos or in our live streams. But that's going to wrap up how the skill rune and linking works, as well as how the spell activation works in the game. Remember, you must put both abilities on your action bar. The spell skill does not have to be on your primary bar. It can be on the secondary that you swap to. You don't have to swap to it for it to work. It's just there. That's where you put all your secondary skills that don't require live management. All right. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have questions, remember, hop over to our live stream and we can answer them for you there. Other than that, have a good one.